CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. So glad you're with us on this Monday, November 3rd. 3 people in the greater Sudbury community of Valcarran have been charged with weapons trafficking after a complaint yesterday morning. The weapons complaint led police to a residence on Municipal Road 80. 3 individuals fled the area as police arrived. 2 were arrested immediately while the third ran off into the bush. Police brought in the K9 unit and the third person was found at a residence on Percy Avenue. 2 men and a woman are now facing several weapons and weapons trafficking related charges. A Sudbury man is facing charges after a collision in Sault Ste. Marie. According to police, officers witnessed the crash at the intersection of Cathcart and Huron Streets around 9:30 Thursday night. The driver drove through a stop sign, striking another vehicle, and then fled the scene on foot with their passengers. The 2 people in the vehicle that was struck were taken to hospital, one with life-threatening injuries. Those who had fled the scene were arrested, with the 20-year-old driver facing 14 charges, including theft of a motor vehicle. After a half-decent weekend, we got a lot more cloud cover and rain today. For more details, let's bring in CTV's Rick Wyman. Rick.
Tony, I'd like to call this a on-again, off-again type of week as far as weather is concerned. Your Systems Map brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at caa.ca. Of course, we'll get a little bit of rain, then we'll get some sun, then we'll get some rain or some sleet, then we'll get some sun or some sun and cloud. It's going to be an interesting forecast right across the northeast, and sorry to say that we're going to drop down overnight in one locale to -11 a little bit later on this week. So you know where that may be. We'll have further details coming up, Tony, in our 5-day forecast. Think about it, Tony. -11. Here we are, early November. It's coming.
How true. Thanks, Rick. A fire in a shed next to a convenience store in Sudbury is being investigated as an arson. CTV's Lindsay Alick has more.
Fire crews were called to Legacy Convenience on Saturday at around 1:30 p.m.
Our crews arrived and found that the shed was indeed on fire, and that fire was potentially spreading to the exterior of the convenience store. Our crews were able to get the fire out. However, the shed was a complete loss. The damage to the exterior of the convenience store was moderate, and there was some slight smoke and water damage in the building.
I'm feeling grateful, actually. I feel love from my neighbors who provided us the jackets and everything we need.
Singh is one of 4 owners who just took over the store 10 days ago.
We've been already talking with the insurance and everything. They're going to cover that. And the interior is fine, so we're open right now.
Police were dispatched to assist with traffic control, but through investigation, it was determined to be a suspected arson.
Shortly before the fire started, an individual was seen behind the building, and then when the person came out from behind the building, the fire started moments later. So through video surveillance footage, officers have been able to obtain an image of the individual.
Dunn says this is the person of interest. If anyone has any information about who this is or where they are, contact police. Officers continue to canvass the area for more information and video surveillance. According to fire services, it's estimated that the damage is valued at $150,000. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
Some teens were able to escape a burning home early Saturday morning in North Bay's Airport Hill area. At just after 5 a.m., crews from all 3 stations were dispatched to 75 Janey Avenue. They were met with flames in the roof and at the back of the home. All 7 teenagers were able to safely evacuate after being alerted to the danger by smoke alarms. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Officials say this is another reminder that working smoke and carbon monoxide alarms can save lives. And North Bay police are trying to track down a dangerous driver from Friday morning. Police say the driver of this 2025 gray Volkswagen Jetta was observed traveling at a high rate of speed through St. Joseph Schollard Hall's back parking lot before turning left onto McLeod Street, nearly hitting 3 students and a pole before fleeing the scene. Police add incidents like this highlight the importance of community safety zones, and they continue to urge drivers to exercise extreme caution in these areas.
The actions of that driver put 3 lives at risk. We nearly had a fatal accident. We're hoping that people that were in the area the morning of Halloween, if they have dash cam video, anybody with video that lives in the area that might be able to assist us identify this vehicle would be much appreciated.
Anyone with information about the driver or the vehicle should contact North Bay Police or Crime Stoppers. It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. We are back after this commercial break.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
How was that time change on the weekend? Certainly nice to wake up to an extra hour of sleep yesterday, and of course, it'll take a couple of days for some people to get used to. Cats, dogs, kids might be getting up a little earlier, but you know what? It all coincides with what we've got going on in November with our weather forecast. This is what we have at the moment across northeastern Ontario. We've got precipitation, and then we've got a clearing trend, and then precipitation. It's going to be one of those factors that play into the rest of the week, as you're about to see. On again, off again weather, as I like to call it. Sudbury Nickel Belt, for instance, sun and cloud tomorrow. Wednesday, chance of rain at 60%. Then we go to sunshine on Thursday. Then we go to 60% chance of showers. Then we go to sun and cloud again on Saturday. So again, get used to it. It's early November. Meanwhile, in Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, mainly sunny tomorrow. Chance of rain, 60% Wednesday. Sun and cloud Thursday. Friday, 60% chance of sleet at 2, and only 1 on Saturday with the cloud cover. Meanwhile, in Timmins, Cochrane campus casing, chance of sleet for tomorrow and Wednesday. Thursday, sunshine at 1. Okay, I mentioned minus 11 coming up this week. Minus 11 overnight in Timmins, Cochrane campus casing after the chance of flurries during the day. Some sun and cloud on Saturday, warming up to a cozy minus 3. Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, mainly sunny tomorrow at 8. Chance of showers on Wednesday. Here we go with the sunshine Thursday. Friday, the chance of flurries at 60%, minus 1. And minus 2 on Saturday with the sun and clouds. So you can see the trend in the weather. You're going from sunshine to precipitation to sunshine to precipitation and so on and so forth. But again, it's one of those situations where the weather changes quite rapidly in the month of November, and that trend will continue until we start getting hit with snow on a regular basis. North Bay, West Nipissing, here we go. Sun and cloud for tomorrow, then the chance of rain on Wednesday at 5. More sunshine Thursday at 3. And here we go Friday, the chance of showers at 60% at 4. Kind of a cool Saturday, sun and cloud with a high of 0. Hope you follow me, Tony. It's going to be an interesting week as far as the weather is concerned. Like I said, it's one-off. You've got some sun, you've got some rain, you've got some sleet, you've got some partly cloudy conditions, and so on and so forth. Welcome back to November.
Thanks for that, Rick. Yes, roller coaster weather. Provincial police are urging parents in the Mattawa area to carefully inspect their children's Halloween candy following a report of a suspicious substance they believe was found in a bag of chips. Police say on Saturday a family in the Chenier Road area of Papineau-Cameron Township reported finding a bag of chips that appeared to have been cut open and resealed. Officers conducted a preliminary test and found suspected morphine. Police say there are no additional reports of similar incidents. Officers are recommending parents and guardians inspect all Halloween treats for signs of tampering. The City of Greater Sudbury is funding a 24/7 warming center at Energy Court this fall and winter, and it's open right now. That story from CTV's Alan Everson.
This trailer is now open 24/7, operating as a warming center. It closes for 2 intervals of cleaning and restocking, coinciding with mealtimes at the Samaritan Center.
We're offering coffee and snacks. We're offering washroom access. We do host wound care clinics as well as storage for individuals accessing the facility. and that's being offered around the clock.
Bins are provided to people to secure their belongings while inside.
That does come into the center is encouraged to place their belongings in tote bins, which are labeled and put away. This just ensures that we have less clutter in the main space, as well as safety and reduce the possibility of theft of items.
The barrier-free washroom has a foot wash station for individuals to use. Harm reduction supplies are available, but there is a no substance use policy inside the warming center. There are always 2 security guards on site. The city says there are currently 250 people living in encampments across 60 locations.
There's no intention to move everyone living in an encampment into Energy Court encampment. The warming center opened up at Energy Court by Go Give is available to anyone experiencing homelessness in our community. Last year, the Energy Court was able to support an average of 160 people per night.
The Go Give project says client navigators with the city and staff with the homelessness network come by the center on a regular basis to connect with clients. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
A Quilt of Valor coming up on CTV News at 5. 3 veterans in Sudbury received a special honor. A special ceremony in Sudbury recently offered a heartfelt salute to a trio of heroes. 3 veterans were recognized for their service and sacrifice as they received a prestigious honor, the Quilt of Valor. CTV's Amanda Hicks reports. And unfortunately, we're having some technical problems. We'll return right after these commercial messages. Welcome back. Now here's Amanda Hicks' story on the Quilt of Valor.
The Legion was filled with emotion as 3 veterans, Rick Smith, James Simpson, and John McNeil, were individually draped with a Quilt of Valor. Simpson, a retired Master Warrant officer, dedicated 33 years of service to the Canadian Armed Forces. For him, the recognition is about more than just himself.
We appreciate any recognition that we get from the public, not only for ourselves, but for the ones who have gone and for the ones that are suffering. The Afghan veterans, especially now, come back torn and hurt and have a big struggle to get back into society. So that's how I feel. I feel very proud to accept this on behalf not only of myself, but of the other veterans.
Quilts of Valor is a nonprofit agency that began in Alberta in 2006 as a civilian expression of gratitude for those who have been wounded or ill or who suffer from operational stress injuries as a result of their service. The handmade quilts are crafted by volunteers across the country and are given to veterans nominated for the honor.
Some of our veterans will put them up on the wall and nobody can touch them. Others will use them every day. And so I had one veteran who told me that anytime he's feeling really badly, he wraps himself in his quilt and it makes him feel well enough to keep going.
They gave up their time and, had injuries and just to be recognized and honor them.
The program is about more than just a blanket. It's a tangible way of saying thank you for a veteran's sacrifice, wrapping them in warmth and respect. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
And the new owner of a historic property in Sudbury took possession over the weekend. CTV's Angela Gemmell has more on what's in store for Bell Mansion.
After 57 years, Bellrock has a new owner. Sudbury-based Devla Properties bought the 8,000 square foot building and 2.1 acres of land. No one was available for an interview, but a statement in part says, "Our team is deeply committed to the preservation and respectful restoration of this landmark." While the developer's plans are in the preliminary stages, officials say maintaining the Bellrock Mansion's integrity, ensuring that its story continues to stand proudly within our city's historic landscape, is part of their vision. Previously owned by Laurentian University, in a news release, the school says it sold the property for $1.25 million. LU's president saying in a statement, "Our hope was to be able to transfer this property to someone who can carry forward the legacy of the Bell Mansion, engage with local cultural and community groups, and honor the history of this important Sudbury landmark. We are pleased to have realized this with the new owner." Proceeds will be used to support the ongoing renewal of the school's facilities. The building has structural issues.
A heritage designated building with some structural issues is a little bit more complicated than your regular building that might require some work. So I do believe everybody was informed, and some people felt they could take that on, and others felt it was just too much.
Built in 1907 by William and Catherine Bell, the Bell Rock property is a historical site designated under the Ontario Heritage Act. That means the new owner must get written consent from the municipality for any changes. The city had previously said it would uphold the status of Bell Mansion as a historical site. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Sudbury.
It's time now for our weekend wrap on the OHL. It was all tricks and no trees for the Sudbury Wolves Halloween night in Kitchener. The Rangers scored 1 goal per period, including an empty netter in the third for a 3-0 victory over the Wolves. Saturday was a better showing for the Wolves, but they ultimately fell to the Owen Sound attack 4-3. Sioux Greyhounds had a romp Saturday in Oshawa. Brady Martin had a goal and 2 assists on the night. The Greyhounds take a major bite out of the Generals, winning 6-1. And Sunday, the North Bay Battalion scored 4 unanswered goals in the third period against the Niagara Ice Dogs. The troops go on to a 6-2 victory.
Well, the chances to win on Pure Country, they just keep on coming in, Coop. It looks like this week is just stacked with chances to win. Everything from car washes to pizza and more.
And more, that's right. First of all, Pure Country excited to partner with M&M Food Market, helping you fill your freezer for the upcoming holiday season. I've got Josh's attention. It's got our attention, but we can't win. This is for you to win. All you need to do is head to our website, purecountry917.ca. All the details are there.
Hey, how about also a chance to win $100 gift cards to Science North? Yes, all week on Pure Country Mornings, we're taking qualifiers and then weekly giveaways of these $100 gift cards. It's one of Sudbury's top attractions, frankly, one of Northern Ontario's top attractions.
Yeah, we'll get to the car wash in a second, but Toppers Tuesday, School Edition. We've been visiting select schools throughout the greater Sudbury area as of late. Just a lot of great nominations for teachers in our community, which is awesome. Again, nominate on our website.
And how about, yes, a really cool new partnership for Pure Country with a business that's actually relatively new to Sudbury as well. It's called Solid Gold VIP Car Wash. And Coop, we're giving away 1-month memberships for their best wash service.
And on top of that, there is also a chance to win a 1-year membership.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa is right.
This is taking car washes to the next level.
Yeah.
That and more can all be won through Pure Country. If you want the details, make sure you check out purecountry917.ca. Some of these contests you can actually enter from our website as well, but you also want to make sure you're listening 91.7 on the dial or on the completely free iHeartRadio app.
Our first community close-up comes to us from Sault Ste. Marie. Students and the Algoma District School Board are going to enjoy more healthy breakfast options thanks to Steelworker Local 2251. The union donated $17,500 to the school board's nutrition program. And still in the Sioux, Wendy Lynn Hill says a gorgeous sunset on Halloween was followed by the moon coming out. Thanks so much for sending this picture into us, Wendy Lynn. We are off to Blind River, where Larry Kirtley snapped this spectacular sunrise last week over Forest Glen in the community. Look at those gorgeous colors. Great to hear from you, Larry. If you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can always email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. And finally, the first week of November is Polar Bear Week, and the Cochrane Polar Bear Habitat is celebrating in a big way. CTV's Lydia Chubak reports.
At this time of year, Henry and Ganuk at the Cochrane Polar Bear Habitat get a hankering for pumpkin.
So pumpkin is actually it's kind of an empty food for them. It tastes really good, but it does just go directly through their digestive systems. It doesn't really do anything for them. There's going to be a lot of pumpkin poop for us to pick up in the coming days.
80 Creek Gardens personally delivered the giant award-winning squash from the Port Elgin Pumpkin Fest to the habitat. It otherwise would have been composted.
It's actually my buddy's pumpkin. I left mine behind and brought his home because mine had a little soft spot, so it wasn't going to last a whole long time. So it's Atlantic Giant Pumpkin, and it's 1,481 pounds.
Officials say the bears thoroughly enjoyed the pumpkin once they realized it was food.
Henry actually came out and didn't know what it was, and got actually quite defensive toward it. He started showing some defensive behaviors because I think he was just quite shocked at this new thing in his enclosure. But once he was able to investigate it and he realized that it was nothing to be afraid of.
We probably watched him for 45 minutes, just chewing at it, pulling at it. Then she gave me a tour of a bit of the other stuff they do while we were there. So my daughter was with me. So it was pretty fun to watch. I'd never seen that before.
The pumpkin party happens Sunday as a way to celebrate Polar Bear Week, which coincides with the migration and congregation of polar bears on the Hudson Bay coast. Baxendale Young says it's a good time to talk about the creatures and how to protect them.
Unfortunately, it's too soon to say that we've seen positive changes just yet. Climate does go up and down every year. Some years we have good winters, some years we have bad winters.
The Cochrane Polar Bear Habitat is hosting more events throughout the week, including a virtual art lesson and $2 visits on Saturday. These events round out the busy summer tourist season as the Habitat gets ready for snowmobiling season. Habitat officials say they've been putting a lot of effort into marketing the Habitat, including the installation of 2 new highway signs and keeping up with its social media platforms. The threat of closure, they say, is a thing of the past. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.